Alright, this is Independent Practice 5.2, page 359. Hopefully you've had a chance to do these. Let's go over 1 through 13, see how you did. Number 1, it says to find the opposite of each integer. So the opposite of 6 is negative 6. The opposite of negative 3 would be 3. The opposite of 0 is 0. I'm going to go kind of quick on these. If you have any questions, come see me and we'll talk it more out. Find the opposite of the opposite. So 12, the opposite is negative 12, and the opposite of that is 12. So the opposite of 12 is 12. The opposite of negative 9 would be 9, and then the opposite of 9 would be negative 9. What I want you to see here is the opposite of is always itself. So the opposite of negative 17 is negative 17. Number 7, evaluate each expression. So we have these two lines here. It's all about absolute value. The absolute value of negative 14, how far? If you think about like temperature, if it's negative 14, how far is negative 14 from 0? It's 14 degrees. Or 14. Okay. The absolute value of 31 is 31. The absolute value of negative 1 is 1. And then you bring this sign down. Negative 31 minus 1 is 30. And then we have this one, absolute value of negative 15 is 15. Absolute value of negative 6 is 6. You bring down your sign. 15 plus 6 is 21. Okay. Let's look at number 10. Jason spent $18 on a shirt. He spent $24 on a pair of pants. What was his total amount? Well, you add those two together to find out how much he spent. He spent a total of $42. Number 11. Lily saw a jellyfish at 6 feet below sea level. Okay, so you have sea levels right here, 0. Let's go down 6 feet. And right here is where she saw a bright blue, jellyfish. Here's the jellyfish. And then at 10 feet below, she saw a bluefish. So what is the distance between the jellyfish and the bluefish? Well, minus 6 to minus 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would take 4 steps because you have, negative 10, negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6. So you go from here to here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 feet between them. 4 feet. Number 12. The table shows melting points of various elements. Is the absolute value of the melting point of neon greater than or less than the absolute value of melting point of hydrogen? Okay, so we're talking about neon right here and hydrogen. So let's get the absolute values of those. Absolute values of 259. Negative 259 is 259. The absolute value of negative 248 is 248. So, is the absolute value of the melting point of neon, is this one greater or less than hydrogen? It is less than. Okay? Because 248 is less than 249. So we're going to say less than. Last one, number 13. The surface of Jupiter is made of colorful clouds created by various chemicals in the atmosphere. The temperature at the top of the clouds is negative 230 degrees. That's cold. The temperature below the clouds is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Which temperature has the lower absolute value? So absolute values, the absolute value of that is 230. The absolute value of 70 is 70. Which one's lower? Well, the 70 is a lot lower than 230. So we're going to say 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That is your lower absolute value. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go on to Extra Practice, page 361, numbers 25 through 38.